We have been banned from PayPal and Venmo. And this article from The Advocate justifies it by calling us an anti-trans hate group, even though we literally have members who are trans. These sort of bans are not about defending trans people, they're not about defending gay people, because we are literally a group comprised of gay and trans people. A spokesperson from PayPal even confirmed to The Advocate that our activities apparently promote hate, violence, or discriminatory intolerance. But we will not allow them to gaslight us into believing that anything we do here promotes any of this. We are simply a group of sane LGBT individuals who do not believe that minors should be taking hormones that will permanently alter their biochemistry, or that they should undergo genital mutilation, or that children should be discussing sexual orientation and gender identity in elementary school. This isn't about hate, this is about control.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So it looks like the reasonable people in the LGBTQ plus movement are learning the hard way, something that racial minorities that left the Democrat Party / aren't liberal learned a long time ago about acceptance from the mainstream and acknowledgement of your victimhood status, aka your race, specifically if you're non-white, right? If your race is non-white, then you get a victimhood status, unless you are not liberal. If you're not liberal or a progressive, then you're no longer a victim anymore. Like, for example, if you are black and you're not liberal, you're not black. If you're Asian and you're not liberal, you're not Asian. If you're Latino and you're not liberal, then you're not Latino no more. It also applies to women. If you're a woman and you're not liberal, then you're not really a woman. And the LGBTQ community is finding out that, for example, if you're gay and you're not liberal or progressive enough, then you're not actually gay, right? You're not actually gay, okay? What you are in their eyes, you're straight, white, male, conservative. That's what you are, right? Doesn't matter what your skin color is. Doesn't matter who you like to sleep with. Doesn't matter if you like your genitals. Doesn't matter your sex. If you don't agree with the left, okay, in the mainstream liberal narrative, then you are a straight white conservative male. That's what you are. Therefore, you're no longer a victim. You get no more special rights and privileges, okay? And now, again, you get the straight white male conservative treatment, which means that it is open season to discriminate against you, right? People can say whatever they want about you, including racial slurs or homophobic language, right? N-word, F-word. They can say whatever they want. And of course, last but certainly not least, you get censored, right? Which again happens a lot to straight white conservative males, right? That is who big tech and social media loves to censor, okay? You get the same treatment they get, okay? Same treatment, exact same treatment. Again, you're finding out that diversity and inclusion was a farce. It is a mirage, okay? What they really mean when they say diversity and inclusion, it just means that we can have a diversity of faces, but only if all the faces think the same, okay? We're actually much more concerned about diversity in thinking and ideology than we are about the diversity of faces. If all the faces were white and they were all liberal, they would totally be fine with that, right? That would totally be okay. They want a lack of diversity in thinking. That's what they want. They want everybody to think the same. And again, Gays Against Groomers is finding this out the hard way, as allegedly they've been banned from PayPal. Okay, now this is not the first time we have heard about financial services companies attacking people based off their political views. However, this time this is slightly different, as PayPal is not necessarily attacking Gays Against Groomers because they're conservative, but they're attacking them because they're not woke enough, right? They're not far left progressive enough, which again tells you everything you need to know about just how sick the far left agenda is. And the scary part about this is that this sick far left agenda is being backed up by corporate America, okay? Financial institutions are now moving to try to cancel people for having wrong thing. Again, this is something I've warned about before in the past, okay? We are headed towards a communist, Chinese-like social credit system in which you will have some of these private companies deciding that, hey, you can't get access to the financial system if you don't have the right viewpoints, right? They're going to openly engage in viewpoint discrimination. And PayPal, in this story right here, basically is telling us that that's exactly where we are headed, as PayPal got busted, right, for what they claim is an error in which they put out an updated acceptable use policy, basically saying that they can fine users up to $2,500 for promoting, quote, misinformation. Now, this is a very, very, very scary and troubling headline, because this is basically the equivalent of a bank saying, hey, we're going to take $2,500 out of your bank account if we see that you're promoting misinformation on social media, things that we deem to be incorrect. If we don't agree with your opinion, right, or the things that you post, then we're going to fine you for it. We're going to take money out of your bank account. That is what this is the equivalent of. And PayPal has already come out here and said that that was sent out in an error, which I 100% don't believe. What it actually is, it's a peek into the future. It is what's to come. I'm telling you, this is what's going to happen. So that being said, let's read about this story, because they reversed course on this after they got massive backlash on social media from the original founders of the company, including Elon Musk. So let's go ahead and get into this. A new PayPal user agreement that threatens to fine users up to $2,500 if they use the service to promote misinformation was sent out in error, a PayPal spokesperson tells Fox Business. The updated PayPal acceptable use policy, effective November 3rd, included an expansion of, quote, prohibited activities, which includes the, quote, ending, posting, or publication of messages, content, or materials that meet certain criteria, aka political opinions we don't like, right? And this is going to be effective when? November 3rd? When is election day? November 2nd, right? Actually, what? November 3rd? Is it the first Tuesday of November? It's something like that. But this is about around the time in which, you know, the elections occur, right? The midterms occur. Again, this is not a coincidence, guys. This is the future. I'm telling you. According to the updated PayPal user agreement, the company states that each violation could result in liquidated damages of $2,500 per violation, which would be withdrawn directly from their account. Now, if this is something that's legal, right, that they can legally do this, they can legally fine you for having the wrong viewpoints, yeah, then there's a problem with our legal system, right? Somewhere in the Constitution, somebody needs to do some reinterpretations, right? Or maybe we need to add some updates to the First Amendment, because again, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. There's no way that this should be legal, okay? This can't be legal. One of the violations listed, according to the agreement, is that users, quote, may not use PayPal to promote misinformation. Again, what does that mean? We all know what that means. AKA, you can't use PayPal to promote a narrative that we don't agree with, which is the mainstream liberal narrative. Quote, you may not use the PayPal service for activities that involve the sending, posting, or publication of any messages, content, or materials that, in PayPal's sole discretion, promote misinformation. However, when contacted by Fox Business, a PayPal spokesperson said that the acceptable use policy notice went out in error and that the company will not fine users for misinformation. Okay, that's interesting, right? That's interesting. Let's read a little bit more here. Quote, an AUP notice recently went out in error that included incorrect information. The PayPal spokesperson said, PayPal is not fining people for misinformation, and this language was never intended to be inserted into our policy. The spokesperson added that the company is in the process of updating its policy changes and apologized for any confusion. All right, so here's the problem, right? Here's the problem. That would be believable, except there's no way, absolutely no way, that this should be something that gets published on your website unless it is something that has been actively considered. Best believe big companies like PayPal, right? When you're updating your terms of service, your user agreement, there's no way that anything gets published to the website that has not been reviewed by lawyers, that is not actively in consideration. The fact that somebody wrote that, okay, and put it in some database or on some part of the back end where it can be published to the website means that this is something that they are either actively considering or something they've already decided that they're going to do, and they're going to implement it, right? And maybe somebody at the company that said that, hey, this is wrong, maybe they leaked it. Maybe they put it out on purpose, right? They put it out early so that people can sound the alarm on it and say, hey, this is wrong. Maybe that's what happened. I'm just saying, this right here, again, it does not get published without thorough legal review, okay? This is something they're actively considering. That is the most likely scenario, unless somebody at the company went completely rogue and did something like that, which again could be a possibility. But I think the best possibility is that this is something that they're actively considering, right? I think that that's it. Quote, our teams are working to correct our policy pages. We're sorry for the confusion this has caused, the spokesperson added. As the publication of this article, the policy hasn't been updated. Former PayPal president David Marcus commented on the policy, saying in a tweet that the updated acceptable use policy goes against everything I believe in. Quote, it's hard for me to openly criticize a company I used to love and gave so much to, but PayPal's new AUP goes against everything I believe in. A private company now gets to decide to take your money if you say something they disagree with, Marcus said. Insanity. Facts. Facts. That's exactly what it is. It's insanity. That's what it is. Elon Musk, Tesla CEO and PayPal co-founder, replied to Marcus tweeting, agreed. The new policy, which was put out in error, allegedly, comes after Gays Against Groomers said on September 20th that it had been banned from both PayPal and Venmo. Venmo is owned by PayPal. Gays Against Groomer founder Jamie Mitchell said on Tucker Carlson Tonight that the company didn't inform them what it did to violate its user agreement. Quote, we never got a violation before. They said that we violated through their user agreements, which we're not sure what in the agreement we violated, Mitchell said. There was no really detailed message to that, just the notification that we have been banned. Yeah, so again, the reason why you've been banned is because you don't agree with the far left, okay? You're not woke enough, okay? And if you're not woke enough, again, you're essentially a straight white conservative male, right? That's basically what it comes down to. But again, guys, this right here is very disturbing. I don't think that PayPal is actually rolling this back. I think that this is coming in the future. I think we've seen it in the past that PayPal has been willing to discriminate against people based off their viewpoint. I mean, look at what is happening with Eric July, aka Young Ripper 59, with his comic books. Again, we have a black libertarian, right? A guy who does not agree with the left, right? He doesn't agree with liberals, and they're withholding millions of dollars for his comic book pre-orders. You think that's a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. They don't agree with his viewpoints. Therefore, they're going to discriminate against him, right? They're going to censor him. They're going to try to stop him from running his business. They're going to try to stop his voice and his message from spreading. Again, this is what is happening. So yeah, now more than ever, we need new competition on the marketplace to address this overt political discrimination that is happening to people who are not woke enough. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.